Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how on my travel from Arizona to Texas to Arkansas, solely off of my smartphone. I did have my laptop on me from time to time. I did have some of the charts, but when it came down to actually implementing my buys and my sells, for those that follow me on Instagram, I was on pretty much a plane the entire better half of the afternoon. And then I'm going to talk to you about the whole scenario at the very end because it's been like the most eventful day. But before we get into that, I simply wanted to show you guys my actual trades, right? So I'll show you my overall P&L on the day. So it was $1,277.79. If we go to the charts, again, it was off of UGAS and DGAS. And if we go to the active trader, you guys can see the overall P&L on the day. So off of DGAS, I made $893.76. That was the majority of where my profit came from. I made $384.03 off of UGAS. I'm going to close that out. Now you guys know how much it is that I'm up. And one thing that I wanted to show was, as of today, with some pre-market trading, where I bought and where I sold. So I'm simply going to click show trades, and then you guys should be able to see where I bought and where I sold and stuff like that. Why isn't it popping up? Let's see. Here we go, show trades. Let me see if it does it with you guys. 1 second. I literally tested it right before I went live, and it was working just fine. So I guess I'm gonna have to go to my overall just orders and show you these over here. So the total amount of filled orders were 24. So 12 buys and 12 sells and stuff like that. Again, I do average up. I don't average down. I don't like to lower my overall purchase price. But one of the biggest things that I focused on today, like many of you guys, is we saw that natural gas, which is /NG, was showing signs of a downtrend. This started happening. If you're part of the Learn Plan Profit Group, I had to get up today at 3:30 a.m. to catch my flight at 6 a.m. at Phoenix. Natural gas began to sell off. It was getting rejected by the SMA line, which is this green line here, and it was showing signs of lower lows and lower highs. Because natural gas was selling off, it made it very simple and easy for me to identify the uptrend pattern of DGAS. I did not fully capitalize on all these huge pushes, because if you calculate, just to put into perspective with like one of my order sizes, right? They were about 300 shares to 400 shares when it came down to trading ticker symbol DGAS, and that's roughly around $30,000. So if I made 3 to 4% every single time that it went up, I would be up way more than the $1,200 as I did today. But I want to see if I can at least, let me just click show trades and see what I can do here. It's still set up on Phoenix time. What the heck? So let's do, what's your Central Standard Time here, right? In Arkansas?
Central Standard, yes.
Yeah. Still doesn't show. Okay, great. If it ends up updating a little bit after this live stream, I wonder if the live, okay, no, we're still good. The live stream is still good. You guys can see, I'll run through all the different orders that we have here. So for my very first entry point, as of today, it was at 5:21 in the morning, right? And it goes down later to that. Again, I sold the 300 shares. I bought a couple more of UGAS, sold UGAS, bought a couple more DGAS, sold DGAS, bought more DGAS, DGAS, sold, bought, sold, then traded UGAS, sold, bought DGAS, sold, and stuff like that. So that's pretty much, what I focused on today. I wanted to talk about kind of like what played in my favor. When it came down to trading like natural gas today, the direction, I don't know if you guys remember, it was about 2 days ago. If I'm not mistaken, it was, no, it was yesterday. And I was really struggling to identify what was trending up and what was trending down on the day because it was so inconsistent. When it came down to trading natural gas today, natural gas was selling off and it was very clear with the overall direction. And that means that DGAS was pushing up. So it was very easy for me to identify using the VWAP indicator, the low points and the high points for selling. So anytime that I saw an entry and that it got near or close to the middle VWAP, I would just wait for some consolidation, a slight break above the EMA line. I would add a portion of my position. I would normally go in with like 200 shares initially and then add additional 100 shares when it confirms an uptrend, and maybe add an additional 100 shares if I felt like the margin of profit is worth it. If not, I would stay at the 300 and just lock in profits. If you follow me on Instagram, I kept you guys up to date throughout the entire process. I went from, oh, okay, thank you. But yeah, I went from the $200 profit up to the $400 profit. Then went cleared 500, then 700, then 1,000, then 1,200. I hit 1,300 at a time. Didn't lock in profits quick enough, and then yeah. So let me see. Okay, so I have to click apply, and then okay. Nope, still doesn't do it ish. So let's see. I don't know if I'm not doing it correctly. Yeah, Ishmael's text messaging me. He's like, click apply, click apply. I didn't have to click apply before. I might have to reset my TOS app because of the time change. So let's see. But yeah, I mean, I showed you guys the overall sales here. So if you guys wanted to like see the times exactly, I'll go through them slowly so you guys can see exactly the ones that were filled, the ones that were not filled, and stuff like that. But yeah, you guys could see that my overall average position size for UGAS, that one was about 600 shares to maybe 800 shares, depending on how aggressive I was. And when it came down to ticker symbol DGAS, because it's a higher dollar value, DGAS was a little bit more on the 300 shares to maybe the 400 shares if the margin of profit is worth it. Again, today was a very like pretty perfect picture day. Every day is not going to play out like this. I think a lot of us can agree, and correct me if I'm wrong. Today was very easy to like identify like that natural gas was selling off. The pattern was very consistent. It was very like beginner friendly. So it was super easy for me, like while I'm on the go, to look at my cell phone and to be able to identify, you know, when's a good time to buy, how to average up, and then when's a good time to sell. My biggest focus today was focusing on the direction, identifying the overall like, you know, pattern, which is like the VWAP indicator made it very easy for me to do that. And then the last thing is just ensuring that the opportunity cost is worth it. After I broke $1,200 profit, I did that I think like 3 to 4 hours before the market even closed. I simply said that, okay, I'm done for the day. I was up $1,200 yesterday. I'm up $1,200 today. I was up 5.4K on Monday, and then I lost a little bit over $850 on Tuesday. So altogether, an extremely green week. Super happy, super blessed. And now to put it into perspective of like for those that maybe are part of Learn Plan Profit, I didn't trade live today because I had to wake up at 3:45 to get ready to get our Uber to go to Phoenix to make sure that we didn't miss our flight. So check this out. And again, that's all I'm going to talk about when it comes down to trading. This is just talking about more for those that like wanted to. I told you guys that I'll let you guys know what happened. So I cut my flight from Phoenix to Dallas. The flight from Phoenix to Dallas, we were on the runway, like taking off from Arizona for about 1 hour. So our flight was supposed to take off at 6:20. We were still on the runway at 7:20. There's a mechanical issue with the American Airlines plane. Again, I understand. Like, there's nothing that I could do about it. We missed our connecting flight from Dallas to Arkansas, and the next following flight after that was at 2 p.m. and it was 10 a.m. when we landed in Dallas. So it was 10 a.m. Our next flight is in 4 hours, and it was a standby. As in, like, there's 3 of us, me, Jake, and Weston, and there's a standby because the flight is absolutely full. So we're not even guaranteed that flight. The one after that is at 6 p.m., which means then a total of, 8 hours that we would have to wait. And that one was full and on standby as well. So what we decided to do right away is we ended up leaving the Dallas airport, renting a car through Enterprise, and driving it to Arkansas. So we were driving for about 6.5 hours, and it was actually like a lot of fun. Again, I was training while I was while Jake was driving and stuff like that. We're having a good time. We're trying to make the best of the trip. Again, if it was just myself, yes, it would have probably been maybe not the most enjoyable drive. But again, it's spending time with those that like you care about and that just make you like, honestly, like it was not a bad time at all. We were like playing music the entire time, joking around and making fun of one another, just like you guys do with your friends. And that's really just it. So I just wanted to keep you guys up to date. I really do apologize for only uploading one video today, and I know that this is not the best quality upload. I'm going live from my hotel room. I'm going to be in Arkansas for 3 more days. I leave on Sunday, and then I'll be back in Arizona. So tomorrow, if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, I will be trading live. Market opens here at 8:30 a.m. I'll still be trading live at market open wherever it is that you are. I'll be trading live for about 30 to 45 minutes. If you're part of Learn Plan Profit, great. I'll see you in the morning live stream. And that really just says so. I did 4.62%. Without you today, Ricky. Thanks for helping me, of course. So I'm super happy to hear that. And again, guys, you guys just absolutely killed it with, I see a lot of people are not even focusing on natural gas anymore. And I think that's amazing. I think a lot of people think that I like when other people trade the same things that I do. And that's the exact opposite. I like when people are opinionated and are more willing to do what it is that they see value in rather than just mimicking or trying to copy my trades or whatever it is that I'm trading. Because again, I see value in a certain way, and it does not mean that you're going to see value the same specific way. So I wish you guys an amazing rest of your Thursday. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. Again, I do want to remind you, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to be able to watch me trade live every single day and work with me on a closer basis, be sure to click that second link in the description and learn a little bit more about our Learn Plan Profit group and how it can act as a positive catalyst for your success. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and be sure to join our free Facebook group of over 187,000 members with the first link in the description. Wish you guys all the best. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.